Hey, Showsters, my name is Peter Wesley Bastone, and this is another episode of The Couch. Tonight, we're out of the couch, we're out of Net Show Studio, and we're down at Sully's in West Hartford for a very special treat. I have the lead singer and guitar player from Villans Trust, Mikey Powell. And for all you people out there that don't know Mikey, Mikey's also a professional lacrosse player. I saw some of his footage, and he's probably the best lacrosse player in, I don't know, in the world. He plays with the Boston Cannons, which is a professional team. So Mike?
Thank you for having me. How much do I owe you for that introduction?
When did you start playing music?
I started playing music when I was probably 12 or 13 years old. Basically, my whole musical career started. My father would bring me up to his hunting camp. And for those of you that have ever been to hunting camp before, you know that you hunt sometimes and you drink always. And my father would get drunk with his buddies, and they'd all sit around and play old country tunes. And I, like any young kid, I always wanted to be like my father. So, I eventually, when I was 12 or 13, I picked up his old acoustic and learned Deep Purple, Smoke on the Water, and I think that's the standard for the industry.
Yes, it is.
And,
yes, it is.
And it's gone from there. I first started, before I learned any other songs other than Deep Purple, I started writing my own. And I was always interested in expressing myself with a guitar. It was basically poetry with the guitar element involved.
Nice. And what about lacrosse? That's a big part of your life too, because the bluegrass thing and lacrosse just don't mix.
Yeah,
I'm trying to say, how does this happen?
They definitely don't. I started playing lacrosse when I was 5 years old. I had two older brothers that played lacrosse as well, and I quickly got involved with lacrosse, and I played it all the way through. And I've played in college. I played professional. I played on the world team, and it's definitely part of my life. But you need a release from that sometimes, and to come out here to Sully's Pub on a Wednesday and play some music in front of some people and have a good time. That's what I'm all about. So it's good to get out here and release it.
What do you prefer? Playing music or lacrosse? Tough thing. One's your job and one's the thing you like. What do you like better?
This is a double-edged sword here you're giving me. This could get me in trouble.
I'm trying to do the best here.
To be honest with you, I like music a lot more right now, just because it's a new challenge. I'm not as comfortable playing music as I am with playing lacrosse. Like I said, I've been playing lacrosse since I was 5 years old.
So. You're awesome. I saw some of you.
Thanks.
How did you do that?
Thanks. I'm very comfortable on the lacrosse field, and when you get out here in front of people and you're playing music, they don't know who the heck you are. So it's a totally different feeling for me.
Nice, nice. What's your favorite song?
By me, or are we talking of all time here?
By you. What song do you like to perform?
My favorite song I like to perform would probably be Camouflage Toad or Angels. Those are two of my songs. Camouflage Toad.
That was the second song you played, right? Yeah.
Yes, Camouflage Toad was the second song I played. Actually, the reason I like that, it was one of the first songs that I wrote on acoustic guitar. And I wrote it in my dorm room in college, and it's about getting away from your problems. That was just one of those cases where lacrosse, because it's like a full-time job.
Oh, it is.
When you're playing Division I lacrosse, I sit down with my guitar and was strumming on it, and came up with the idea for Camouflage Toad. So that's special. And also Angels, as I feel, it's just a good crowd pleaser.
Now, how'd you get the band's name?
The band's name, for all of my lacrosse games that I've ever played, anyone since I was 5 years old on up, I always painted my eyes in the shape of a V. And I used to, eye black, if you'd seen the NFL or any outdoor sporting event. I would always do big V's because I was always a very small guy. So I needed a way to intimidate my opponent somehow. So I figured by painting my face, it would help in that respect. But so I always liked the letter V, and I always told myself if I ever started the band, it would start with the letter V. And actually, I fell in love with the word Villains. I felt like it had something to do with me. I'm not a bad guy, I promise, but Villans Trust was almost a play on words in a sense, where you can never really trust a villain.
Right.
Unless you gain a villain's trust. It's kind kind of. So I guess it started with a credo.
Okay. How long has the band been together?
The band's been together for about only 6 months, and you know, throughout college I always played by myself. I always played acoustic guitar by myself. John, the big guy with the beard, my lead guitarist.
Awesome.
He's a great player, and he owns a bar in Syracuse. So him and I became pretty close friends while I was there in college, and we would always get together and jam. And you know, it went on from there. He introduced me to Luke, our drummer, and Joe, our bassist. I had a boatload of songs to show them, so they've embraced it, and we've been moving on ever since.
So we could say that you want to be a national artist someday on top of, after Lacrosse, that would be nice for you to jump into just boom, playing, right?
That's the goal right now.
There's a possibility there. So this time, this is Peter Wesley Bastone with Mikey Powell of Villans Trust. See you later. Ow!